Good morning, I'm Tool Time, and with me is Catman, and we're coming to you live at the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. We're being brought to you by WFTDA-TV.TV, and right now we're about to get started with Gapland versus Rocky Mountain, and the Smashers, in a show of national pride, are singing the national anthem of Canada. We got a lot of good games coming up today. Right now we have Rocky Mountain going up against Gapland. Later today at 12 we'll have Crooked River going up against the Chick Whips. And then at 2 we have the Pixies versus the Darlings of Destruction. And then at 6 o'clock we have Galaxy versus Santa Cruz. And at 4 p.m. we'll have Gotham versus Angel City Junior Derby. You excited about today, Catman?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see, about ready to get started. Who do we have up there for Gapland?
We have
Smashinator. All right, and who do we have out there for Rocky Mountain?
We have Poison Ivy.
All right, and Smashinators finding a hole on the inside of turn 1 for your lead jam. We'd like to thank you all for joining us this morning. Also, we want to remind you that we do have a hashtag going out, hashtag talk to JRDA. You can find that at JRDA_rocks on our Twitter account. And if you're having a JRD watch party, hashtag JRDA watch party, to post a picture of the watch party and you could win free JRDA swag. All right, who do we have up there jamming for us now, Catman?
We have Houdini and Noisy.
And Noisy with your lead jam. Gapland's jammer gets through. Houdini through the initial pass. Noisy trying to get some points on the board. Tries to find a hole on the inside. Calls it. And that's 4 points for Rocky Mountain. All right, who do we have jamming for us now, Catman?
We have Jawbreaker and Reign of Terror.
Reign of Terror. Both teams putting up strong 4-person walls. Gapland bringing back their blocker. A little confusion there for Gapland's jammer on the pivot line. Rocky Mountain still doing some work off of turn 2, but Gapland sneaks in on the inside for your lead jam. Rocky Mountain through the initial pass. All right, Catman, do we have what information have we got on past JRDA tournament performances on these teams?
Okay, Rocky Mountain did not compete in any tournaments, and Gapland did not either.
So this is the first time we've seen them at a JRDA tournament, so far as what I have in front of me. But have they been around as far as sanctioned bouts?
Angel City. What does NP mean?
That means they never played, but they have played a couple of bouts this 2017 season.
Chick Whips, 0 to 3. What does that mean?
That means they won that one. But yeah, both teams new to the JRDA tournament as far as what we've got in front of us. Do we have anyone aging out here for Rocky Mountain?
A cute semi. Mortalis, and Peaches and Scream.
So a couple for what looks to be the first JRDA tournament. Going to be aging out after this. In the meantime, we have Houdini jamming for Gapland. Going up against Nusi for Rocky Mountain. Both teams putting strong walls together off the jammer line. Rocky Mountain sending a blocker to the penalty box. And Gapland finds a way, gets your lead jam. Nusi through the initial pass. And we have a high block called, and that's going to go against Houdini. That's going to make this an all-about derby power jam for Rocky Mountain. Excellent sweep on the inside. Rocky Mountain trying to break up the wall. Nusi gets through, puts 5 on the board. But Rocky Mountain sending a blocker to the penalty box for a back block.
Indeed.
And Houdini back on the track through the pass. Puts 4 on the board for Gapland. We're going to go the whole 22 minutes on this one. 20 seconds left in the jam. Gapland sending another blocker to the penalty box. Crashity Jade. And Rocky Mountain finds a hole on the inside in just the nick of time. Puts 4 more on the board. Current score is 25-16. All right, who do we have out there jamming now, Catman?
We have Jawbreaker and Reign of Terror.
Gapland down, 1 blocker on this one. Jawbreaker actually getting in on blocking, taking Reign of Terror out before finding a hole just before the pivot line. Gets your lead jam for Rocky Mountain. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Both jammers through the initial pass. Rocky Mountain with your lead. Goes through, calls it. 3 on the board for Rocky Mountain. What's our current score, Catman?
Current score is Rocky Mountain 29, Gapland 16.
All right, and who have we got on the board now?
We have Smashinator and Shakespeare.
Just over 22 minutes left in the first half. So far, a pretty even keel game. Both teams putting up strong walls off of the jammer line. Smashinator finds a hole on the inside, gets your lead jam for Gapland. We had what looked to be a cover pass, but Shakespeare threw the initial pass. Smashinator calls it, putting 3 on the board for Gapland. Again, we want to remind you that we are reading Twitter feeds today at JRDA_rocks, hashtag talk to JRDA. And if you're having a watch party, hashtag JRDA watch party. Add a picture to the hashtag, and you could win free JRD swag.
It's swag!
All right, Poison Ivy with Rocky Mountain getting your lead jam. Houdini still trying to make way through. Both jammers through the initial pass. Houdini coming up off of turn 1. But Rocky Mountain putting 4 on the board. All right, who have we got on the board now?
We have Noisy and Reign of Terror.
All right, what's our current score, Catman?
Our current score is Rocky Mountain 34, Gapland 19.
Both teams putting up strong walls. Rocky Mountain taking on a 3-person wall by herself. Powers through, gets your lead jam. Gapland still trying to break up the Rocky Mountain wall. And Gapland through the initial pass. Rocky Mountain through, gets 4 on the board, calls it. And that's 4 more on the board for Rocky Mountain. All right, and who do we have on the board now?
Jawbreaker and Smashinator.
Gapland with 1 blocker in the penalty box. Rocky Mountain taking the jammer line. And Smashinator trying to knock out Jawbreaker off the jammer line. Jawbreaker stays in, going up against the 3-person wall. And we have a cut track called against a Rocky Mountain blocker. But Gapland finds a way, gets through for your lead jam. A little bit of a spinny action off of turn 3. Jawbreakers through the initial pass. Gapland, Smashinator putting 4 on the board. And calls it. All right, Catman, how many points were scored in that one?
It's 4 for Gapland and 0 for Rocky.
What's our current score at, my friend?
Current score is at Rocky Mountain 38, Gapland 23.
All right, and who do we have on the board?
We have Rip and Roll, Houdini, and Poison Ivy.
Just under 18 minutes left in this half. So far, both teams pretty well matched.
It's Magneto.
You're supposed to be doing Derby. I'm telling your mom. We'll keep that right here. There we go. Boom. And now I have Magneto.
I'm starting to think I'm kind of good at origami.
That's a handy skill to have. All right, and who do we have jamming now, Catman?
Noisy and Reign of Terror.
And what's our current score at?
Our current score is at Rocky Mountain 42, Gapland 23.
All right, both teams at full strength. Reign of Terror finds a hole on the outside, gets your lead jam. Nusi still trying to make way. Almost makes way off outside of turn 2, but gets taken back. Reign of Terror doing some work against Rocky Mountain's walls, putting up a strong 4-person wall. Both jammers going up against strong 3-person walls. Rocky Mountain sending a blocker in to break it up. And a cut track is called on Raina Terror. That's going to make this an all-about Derby power jam. Gapland now back up to full strength on blockers. Spoke too soon, sending another blocker to the penalty box. Do we have anybody aging out for Rocky Mountain? Skidlet.
Smashinator.
And we've already seen her jam a couple of times this morning. Both jammers now back in play. Rocky Mountain with 4 on the board. Rocky Mountain doing a great job holding that inside line against Gapland's jammer. Meanwhile, Nusi is forced to go against a strong 3-person wall. Sending one blocker to the penalty, finds a hole on the inside, gets through. 4 more. Raina Terror putting 5 on the board. And that's the jam. Excellent run by Rocky Mountain. Current score is 50-28. All right, and who do we have jamming out here now?
We have Smashinator and Jawbreaker.
Official timeout called. Or no, timeout called.
Sure.
Timeout called by Gapland. Want to remind everyone that we are still reading tweets off of our Twitter account at JRDA_rocks. Hashtag #TalkToJRDA. And if you're having a watch party, definitely hashtag us on that. Hashtag JRDA watch party. Your mom's watching you now. In case you're wondering what he's drawing,
I'm trying to make
it's a man with a balloon.
No, I'm trying to make a stop motion. What?
You're killing me, Catman. You're making stop motion while we're doing Derby. Actually, it is a pretty good stop motion, so I won't pick on you about it. But we're done with the timeout. What's our current score, Catman?
Current score is Rocky Mountain 51, Gapland 28.
And how much time do we have left in this half?
We have 14 minutes and 52 seconds. On the GM clock, we have 1 minute and 53 seconds.
All right, and who we have jamming out there again?
We have Jawbreaker and Smashinator.
And Smashinator going to the penalty box. That's going to make this an all-about Derby power jam. Gapland sending their blocker back into play. The nice little apex jump off of turn 2. Gets through, puts 5 on the board for Rocky Mountain. All right, Smashinator standing in the penalty box. And Smashinator is back on track. Gapland sending a blocker to the penalty box. We may have an attempted cover pass. Through the initial pass, looks like she took a pretty solid hit to the rib. Meanwhile, Rocky Mountain gets through, putting 5 more on the board. No, that's 4 on the board. All right, and who do we have jamming now, Catman?
We have Houdini, and Shakespeare.
What's our current score at, my friend?
Current score is Rocky Mountain 65, Gapland 28.
Gapland's blocker back in play. Gapland doing some work holding up, but Rocky Mountain gets through with your lead jam. Back block called. Going to the penalty box, Gapland. Rocky Mountain through again, calls it. Puts 4 on the board. Just over 12 minutes left in this half. Keep in mind we do have more Derby games coming up. At 12 o'clock, on this track, we have Crooked River going up against Chick Whips. At 2 p.m., we got the Pixies going up against Darlings of Destruction. And we have an official timeout being called. Catman, what's a good way for people to let us know how we're doing on Twitter?
Hashtag talk to JRDA, and you can talk to us.
Just all of us?
Well, sure.
Well, I don't understand that Twitter stuff. You know, you have to explain these things to me.
Hey, I've only had a Twitter account for so long.
Do you have a Twitter account?
Mom made me one.
I don't have a Twitter account, so you've had a Twitter account longer than me. Logistics. But keep in mind, if you are watching the game and want to do a shout out to either team on this track or on the next track, be sure to hashtag #TalkToJRDA, and you can find us at JRDA_rocks. And if you're doing a watch party, hashtag JRDA watch party, post a picture, and you could win free Junior Roller Derby Association swag. Also want to point out that there is going to be an international Junior Roller Derby tournament in Copenhagen. We're going to have USA, Belgium, France, Sweden, England, Scotland, Germany, Holland, and Denmark. That'll be taking place August 11th through 12th, 2017. And the event will be streaming for free for all of us here across the Atlantic. And it looks like we're about ready to get started again. Whistle was blown. We want to thank you here again. I'm Tool Time, and with me is
Catman.
And we're coming to you live from the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. Brought to you courtesy of WFTDA.TV. And we are ready. We have Raina Terror going up against Poison Ivy. And Poison Ivy finds a hole on the inside, gets your lead jam for Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain doing a great job holding that inside line while Raina Terror tries to find a hole. Poison Ivy through, puts 5 on the board for Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain sending a blocker to the penalty box. Rocky Mountain goes to the outside, gets through, puts another 5 on the board. But excellent outside blocking, courtesy of Crashity Jade. So as far as this game, what seed are these teams at, Catman?
Okay, Rocky Mountain is at 9th seed. Gapland is at 10th.
And as of July 1st, what are the rankings?
July 1st, Rocky Mountain is ranked 16th. July 1st, Gapland is ranked 9th.
Do you have any personal favorites out here?
No, because I've never seen either of these teams.
Well, neither have I, so that's a true statement. Meanwhile, Smashinator gets your lead jam for Gapland. Nusi still trying to make way through. Gets taken out at turn 2 and is brought back. And we may have a cover pass. Both jammers going up against strong walls. Both teams at full strength just off of turn 3. Skater is down, but she is getting back up.
I completed my stop motion.
That's awesome, Catman.
Oh, wait, I skipped one. Hold up. Here it goes.
All right, and we have a successful cover pass for Rocky Mountain. A cute MI. 5 points to Gapland on that one. 10 points to Gapland on that one. Current score is, what's that, Catman?
Rocky Mountain 79, Gapland 38. Watch.
That's the coolest stop motion I've ever seen. You'll have to share that on your Twitter feed later. But who do we have jamming out there right now, Catman?
We have Jawbreaker and Houdini.
All right. Rocky Mountain sending their pivot to the penalty box. Meanwhile, Houdini gets your lead jam. Rocky Mountain through. And Houdini puts 4 on the board, calls it. All right, and who do we have jamming out there now, Catman?
We have Poison Ivy and Ginger Snap.
And I believe this is the first time we've seen Ginger Snap on the jammer line this morning. She has done some great work over the past 2 days. Rocky Mountain down 2 blockers, including their pivot. So Poison Ivy going to have to go up against a strong 4-person wall. Gapland sending their pivot out to break up the Rocky Mountain wall, but Rocky Mountain still perseveres, gets your lead jam. Rocky Mountain's blocker is now back in play. Gapland's pivot going to the penalty box. And excellent work by Gapland. Number 40, deep presser, taking out the Rocky Mountain jammer. Rocky Mountain sending another blocker to the penalty box.
I said seriously her in this because someone did get her in this film.
In case you're wondering what we're talking about during this official timeout, well, we have a skater down. Medics checking on Gapland skater. Like to remind everyone that all the people that are out here making this work are volunteers. If you want to go onto our Twitter feed at JRDA_rocks and give a big shout out to our medics, our NSOs, our refs, Catman and myself. Hashtag Catman for tournament MVP. But definitely show us some love on our Twitter site. And definitely give the best wishes to the Gapland blocker who's currently down. Medics still checking. Later today, we still have more games. Today at 12, we have Crooked River going up against Chick Whips. And who do we have going in at 2 p.m., Catman?
Pixies versus Darlings of Destruction.
And at 4 p.m., we have Gotham versus Angel City. And who's going to be playing for the championship tonight?
Galaxy and
Santa Cruz Groms.
Groms?
Yeah.
What are Groms?
It's like a thing, but not. In the meantime, Gapland's blocker is back up. She's okay, skating on her own power. Again, definitely be sure to thank all of our refs and NSOs and medics out here, making sure everyone stays safe and stays healthy. And as I was saying earlier, in case you're wondering what me and Catman are talking about, we have an original Catman exclusive stop motion action comic. And like the good lad that he is, he shows that no stickman or woman was seriously hurt in this film.
Now I said seriously hurt because there was.
Well, you can't. Don't give any spoilers.
Okay.
We'll have to put this on the Twitter site later. But for right now, we have Derby and a big hit against Gapland's jammer off of turn 1. Smashinator taking a huge blow. Gets through. Smashinator with your lead jam. Nusi back in the pack. That was a huge blow that Smashinator took off of turn 1. That was courtesy of number 27, Rockin' Ronnie. Gapland sends a blocker to the penalty box. 2 points to Gapland, 4 to Rocky Mountain. What's our current score, Catman?
The current score is 88. Rocky Mountain, Gapland 44.
And how many points ahead of Gapland is Rocky Mountain?
44.
44.
When it's in the 11s, it's easy.
All right, just 5.5 minutes left in this half. Who do we have jamming, Catman?
Jawbreaker for Rocky Mountain and Houdini for Gapland. And a Gapland blocker is going to the penalty box. Oh wait, no, a Rocky Mountain. Sorry, Gapland's pink, I forgot.
Who's got our lead jam right now, Catman?
Houdini.
Wow, you sound really excited by that.
Oh, very funny.
Houdini. It's cool. Houdini gets the points and calls it. Puts 4 on the board for Gapland.
Now all they need to do is get 80 more points and then they're tied. Wait, no, 40 more points.
Nah, I was about to call you out on it. But I'll give you a minute. Rocky Mountain doing a great job of just getting their points and calling it, keeping Gapland in low numbers. And right now we have Reyna Terror for Gapland going up against who, Catman?
Shakespeare and Reyna Terror.
Right. Rocky Mountain sending a blocker to the penalty box while Shakespeare gets your lead jam. Gapland sending a blocker to the penalty box. Strong ball blocking off of turn 2, and Rocky Mountain will call it. That's 4 more on the board for Rocky Mountain. Almost breaking the century mark with just 3.5 minutes left in this half. And who do we have jamming up there now?
We have Poison Ivy and Smashinator.
Smashinator taking a couple of big hits. It keeps on going. Took one earlier by Rockin' Ronnie, and during one jam she was in, took what looked to be a solid hit to the ribs. Powers through Rocky Mountain.
What does that mean?
That means she's going to the penalty box. That's going to make this an all about sports, all about derby power jam.
I know, but what penalty was that? It was. I don't know that. I think that's a new signal. Is either a new signal or a signal that has not been used very much?
It's one that I haven't seen in a bit, so unfortunately I'm not sure what it is either, Catman.
I think we're going to need to ask the refs about that. Wait, let me rephrase that. The zebras.
Oh, my. Timeout. Sounds like a timeout's being called. No, an official review sign being made. Official review, Gapland.
Now this lasts 1 minute. It's like the minute to win it challenge. Have you ever heard of that?
The what?
Minute to win it challenge. So basically, my school does it, and it's basically each year they change it, but the year that I remember it is, well, there's a bunch of them, and then the challenge that we saw in 2nd grade was you have to put an Oreo on your forehead like this, and you have to use to get it down into your mouth, and you have a minute. And you know what they say?
No, I have no idea what they say.
They say, you got a minute to win it. Wait, you got a minute to win it. Good luck.
Sorry. That was a great story.
Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry,
you
am I boring you?
No, you need to write that down. That's like the greatest story of our generation.
Ugh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right, again, I'm Tool Time, and with me is
Catman.
And we're coming to you live from the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships, live from Loveland, Colorado, brought to you by WFTDA TV. Again, we are reading off tweets at underscore JRDA Rocks.
Wait.
Underscore Rocks. I corrected it.
Wait, no, not that, but how are we? Don't have any device to read them.
I thought you were reading them.
No.
Why are you making me the responsible one?
You're older.
You're better at this. Mr. Oh, I'm friends with Plastic Patrick. You're not. Ho, 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 ho.
Hey, I never was trying to rub that in.
You weren't trying. You were succeeding magnificently. Like, I had to go to the medics to get some aloe vera for that sick burn.
Ah, very funny.
So Pink was requesting a cut call on the Black Jammer, but there won't be one issued, so they won't retain their review.
Okay, so say that one more time.
Pink was requesting a cut on the Black Jammer.
Pink requested a cut on the Black Jammer.
And they're not getting it.
And they are not getting it, so the call will stand.
And so that is safe for the Rocky Mountain Jammer.
All right. Gotta be quiet. He's doing the review.
Gapland used their official review to challenge a possible cut call on the Rocky Mountain Jammer. Contact to outside the boundary lane wasn't made as she passed the opposing blocker. So the no call stands. Gapland loses their official review.
All right, so Gapland out their official review, and we're getting started again. What's our current score, Catman?
Rocky Mountain 110, Gapland 48.
All right, and who do we have jamming for Rocky Mountain, Catman?
A cut MI
And?
Smashinator.
Rockin' Ronnie for Rocky Mountain going to the penalty box. Smashinator gets our lead jam.
We're making jam. We're making jam.
Rocky Mountain Jammer through the initial pass. Smashinator finding a hole on the inside. Calls it, puts 4 on the board for Gapland.
Sorry, that's my hold music.
I thought we were about to have a rap battle. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't have any new material. I used it all up this weekend, so you would have probably won that one.
Nah, I actually say none of us would have because I'm not that good of a rapper.
Me neither. Who we got jamming out there, Catman?
Oh, Noisy and Houdini. Wait, speaking of rappers, have you seen that one Kit Kat commercial?
No, I haven't. Oh.
For a second, we tuned out for some odd reason.
That's because Gapland has a down jammer.
But wait, why were we tuned out?
Because you're messing with the chords.
Oh, sorry.
Didn't need Scooby-Doo for that mystery.
I swear, if we get turned out again and I don't press it, I'm gonna. That's the second time someone has gotten like hit in the rib cage.
Yeah, it did look like a strong hit off of the pivot line. Fortunately, we have our medics here to make sure everything's okay.
Paramedics.
Gapland definitely been taking some hard hits on this game. And we see some movement over there and see some smiles. Yeah, America just caught you yawning. All right, again, I am Tool Time, and with me is
Catman.
And we're coming to you live from the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. We're brought to you by WFTDA.TV. Just as an update, the jammer is back up, just sitting up a little bit, getting her bearings, and she is standing. Definitely a strong hit to Houdini off of the pivot line. Again, we're very happy to have these medics here to make sure these kids stay safe.
If you do this really fast, it kind of feels like it's hitting the two different places at the same time.
That should be in the book that you're writing. Go along with the other story, because it's fascinating. It's like Lord of the Rings, only like more down to earth.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Who do we have jamming out there, Catman?
Okay, Noisy and Smashinator.
And we have just 30 seconds left in this half, a minute 30 on the jam clock. So we could go the whole 2 minutes. Meanwhile, Smashinator with your lead jam for Gapland. Stop it. We're doing derby right now, Catman.
Never!
I'm going to tell your mama.
And that's halftime.
All right, we're at halftime now.
It's half of the time. 1/2. Half time. Half of an hour. Half time.
This cheer brought to you by Catman here at Loveland, Colorado for the Junior Roller Derby Championships. What's our current score, Catman?
Rocky Mountain 101, Gapland 56. If we start on a jam, well, when the camera starts on the jam, we will notify you of any score change, but if we do it 2 minutes to derby, we'll just try to read your tweets.
Thanks, Catman. Again, I'm Tool Time, and this is Catman. We'll be back in about 14 minutes to see the conclusion of Rocky Mountain Roller Punks versus Gapland Roller Derby Smashers Elite. And we're back. I'm Tool Time. With me here is Catman, and we're coming to you live from the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. Current score is 101. Rocky Mountain Gapland 56. And soon as I get everything together, I'll have a penalty count for those of you watching at home. But if you are watching at home, and I like to think you are because you're, dynamic duo right here, you can let us know at JRDA_rocks, #TalkToJRD. Hey, see, I spelled it out.
Also, if you're wondering what donut I was eating, it was the delicious pineapple fritter that I got earlier today from my mom. But we got it at Mr. Yo's Donuts, very delicious donuts. So I suggest you go there.
All right, and who do we have jamming for us right now, Catman?
Smashinator and Jawbreaker.
Getting some excellent wall formation there off of turn 2. Both no jammer through the initial just yet. Smashinator definitely doing some work. Finds a hole on the inside and gets your lead jam. All right, and I do have an updated penalty sheet as of halftime. Looks like Rocky Mountain Roller Punks are at 12 penalties as opposed to the Gapland Smashers Elite, who are currently at 21 penalties. That can definitely cost them, that has already cost them a good number of points, but it can definitely cost them in the second half if anyone fouls out. Crashity Jade is currently at 5 penalties. Rip and Roll Her is currently at 4, but Rocky Mountain Roller Punks aren't any angels either because they're at Wee Bonnie Bruiser is at 4 penalties so far.
No.
How could there be a power jam and you not let me know?
Hey, I didn't know.
I was reading the stuff. You're supposed to let me know when there's an All About Derby power jam.
Bonk, bonk.
Bonking won't solve this.
Okay, maybe this will.
I submit to your logic. All right, and calls it.
See, everyone can agree on laughter. Sorry. Let me say that again. Everyone can agree on laughter. My mic was out of place. I mean, you can still hear me like from over here, but not very well.
All right, what's our current score right now, Catman?
Okay, Rocky Mountain, 110, Gapland, 63. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I was trying to put my microphone
That's
away.
a bad Catman. No. Who do we have jamming?
Poison Ivy and Reign of Terror. But hey, yesterday I had an idea of doing the ultrasonic burp, but my mom said no and you said no. Well, actually, you said
Why are you
yes.
bringing that up? I just said no. In the meantime, we got Poison Ivy with your lead jam. It's enough out of you, Catman. No more fritter for you.
Also, speaking of donuts.
Uh-oh, Poison Ivy. Oh, looked like she was the one who got that penalty, but it's just one of the blockers, but gets taken back.
Also, speaking of donuts, today I had this really delicious thing called a cronut. It's a croissant that's a donut, and it is delicious.
That sounds delicious.
So it's basically a donut in the shape of a square, and it's croissant, and they put glaze on it.
Gapland down 2 blockers. So far, Reign of Terror putting 8 on the board. Poison Ivy putting 5. Poison Ivy threw another pass, 9 points to Rocky Mountain. Tries to make a jump on the outside of turn 2. Gets taken back, recovers quickly, puts 5 on the board. Courtesy of Poison Ivy.
Cooling myself off. Wanna know how?
Nah, we're doing derby stuff, Catman. We gotta focus.
Okay.
Your mom's going to yell at me, too.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and nobody wants that. All right, Poison Ivy with a 18-point jam. What's our current score, Catman?
Current score is Rocky Mountain 128, Gapland 75.
And who do we have jamming for us for Gapland?
We have Smashinator and Jawbreaker.
Oh, nope, that's Noosey. That was my fault.
Wait, is it Noosey? I thought it was Noisy.
Tomato, tomato.
Potato, potato.
All right, Gapland sending a blocker up front to make way for their jammer. Gapland sending their pivot to the penalty box. Rocky Mountain, Smashinator going to the penalty box for, didn't catch that one. But we now have an All About Derby power jam. Excellent move by Noosey, puts 5 on the board. Jammer standing for Gapland. Another 5 points on the board for Noosey. Smashinator back in the pack. Rocky Mountain taking a pivot to the penalty box. Smashinator is through the initial pass. Noosey still with the lead, put 10 points on the board so far. And she calls it. Puts another 5 on the board. That's a 15-point jam for Noosey, but we have an official review being called by Rocky Mountain. So how are we liking the game so far, Catman?
I'm liking it.
Anything specific you like about it?
Eh,
Just the whole thing?
yeah.
Thank you for that detailed report, Catman.
Very detailed.
All right, I'm Tool Time. With me is Catman, and we're coming to you from the Junior Roller Derby Championships, live from Loveland, Colorado, brought to you by WFTDA.TV. Currently, we're seeing the Rocky Mountain Roller Punks / Mike Club going up against the Gapland Roller Derby League / Smashers Elite. Current score is 143-75. Right after this game, we're going to have Crooked River going up against the Chick Whips for fight for 7th and 8th place. At 2 o'clock, we have the Pixies going up against the Darlings of Destruction. And who do we have for our last 2 bouts here?
We have Gotham and Angel City and Galaxy and Grom.
And that's the Santa Cruz Groms. They'll be battling for first place tonight at 6 p.m. And that'll be me and Hot Sauce, I believe, announcing that one. So that's exciting for me. So Hot Sauce has done a great job here announcing this weekend. You know who else has done a great job of announcing this weekend, Catman?
You?
Wow, I was going to go a different direction, but now I'm that got me in the feels. Thank you. I appreciate that. But it has 2 thumbs, and its name is Catman. You've been doing a great job this weekend.
Thanks, you have to.
Thanks. Again, we want to remind you that Junior Roller Derby isn't just for skaters. We are taking people to train for non-skating officials, such as announcing. One moment, please.
So Black was requesting a back block on the pink jammer.
Black was requesting a back block on the pink jammer.
And there were multiple officials that agreed with that call, and so Pink Jammer will be starting in the box, and Rocky will retain that.
And they agreed with that call.
Pink Jammer will start in the box. Rocky Mountain will retain the review.
So they agreed to the call.
Yeah, they call for a back block, so Pink Jammer's going to be starting off in the penalty box, and that's Raina Terror. And let's see, who's out there going to enjoy an all-about Derby power jam?
Jawbreaker.
Rocky Mountain Challenge, the lack of a back block call by the Gapland jammer. It was determined that it was a little contact to the back that knocked the opposing blocker down. So we are issuing a back block penalty to Gapland's jammer. Rocky Mountain retains their official.
And that's how you adjust some stuff.
Learning new things all the time, Catman. Thank you, sir. All right, current score is 143-75. Rocky Mountain lead. Jawbreaker going to enjoy a all-about Derby power jam at the beginning of this. Again, we want to remind you that we are doing Twitter feed at JRDA_rocks, #talk2JRDA. We'll be reading those off later today here on track 2 at the female division.
And now back to Derby.
Smashinator back in the pack.
Yeah.
Through
And
the initial pass.
hold up. Oh, so now it flashes up for me. Wow, just wow.
And that looks like another 4 points for Rocky Mountain. That's a 9-point jam. Timeout being called. Team timeout, I believe courtesy of Gapland. All right. I have a mission for you, Catman.
What's the mission?
For the International Junior Roller Derby Tournament in Copenhagen, August 11th and 12th, name all the countries that will be represented at said tournaments.
USA, Belgium, France, Sweden, England, Scotland, Germany, Holland, Denmark.
All right, you named them all perfectly, but you know what you didn't do?
What?
Name them alphabetically as they should be. Yeah. I'm taking marks off of that.
Fine.
Nah, I'll let you slide on this one.
Belgium, Denmark, England, France, Germany, Holland, I think USA, Scotland, Sweden.
Good job, bud. All right,
Alphabetical order.
we're back to Derby. Who do we have jamming for us, Catman?
We have Shakespeare and Houdini, but if I remember correctly, there was. Oh wait, I thought they put her in the penalty box.
That was the last jam.
All right, sorry, my head's stuck in the past.
Who's got our lead jam here, Catman?
Houdini.
And it looks like Houdini's going to the penalty box. That's going to make this an all-about sports power jam.
And now that means if Shakespeare makes a lap around the track, doesn't that mean she gets the lead?
No, sir, because Houdini had the lead jam before she went to the penalty box.
No,
So
I meant Shakespeare.
No, because Shakespeare didn't have lead. When Houdini went to the penalty box, she lost lead, so now we'll be going the whole 2 minutes, but there's only 55 seconds left in this jam.
All right. Sorry.
Putting another 5 points on the board, courtesy of Shakespeare. And Houdini is back in the pack, putting 4 on the board. Just under 21 minutes left in this game. Excellent sweeping by both sides, taking the Jammers back. And Rocky Mountain is through. 4 more on the board. And Gapland putting 4 more on the board as well. And that's the jam.
We're making jam tonight. We're making jam tonight.
Definitely getting some support from the Rocky Mountain fans in the crowd. And who do we have jamming out there, Catman?
We have Mortalis and Reign of Terror.
Mortalis doing some work against the 3-person wall off turn 1. Excellent blocking by Rip and Roller. Gapland through. Lead jam.
This is game 13, the first game of today. The next game is Chick Whips versus
Crooked River.
Then it's Darlings of Destruction versus Pixies. Then Gotham versus Angel City. Then Galaxy versus Groms.
And that's going to be streaming to you live, courtesy of WFTDA.TV. We'll be streaming throughout the day here on the female division on track 2. We also have the open division over on track 1. And I believe Al B and Double H are streaming that one over there.
Yeah, I think so.
Meanwhile, Reign of Terror putting 10 points on the board. Gapland putting 4 points on the board, courtesy of Reign of Terror. Gets through, but gets taken back rather than risk a cut track. And now we have a possible cover pass, but that's the jam. All right, what's our current score, Catman?
Rocky Mountain, 174. Gapland, 100.
An excellent jam by Gapland on that one, putting 17 points on the board. If any fans of Rocky Mountain or Gapland, teammates, parents, or just fans want to show some support, go on to our Twitter account at JRDA_rocks and hashtag #TalkToJRDA. We'll be reading those off later today. And also, if you're doing a watch party, hashtag JRDA watch party, send a picture in and you could win free Derby swag. In the meantime, Smashinator, who's having an amazing game today, gets your lead jam. And yeah, that's a cut track. That means this is an All About Derby Power Jam.
This bracket is very confusing.
And it looks like we have a forearm called on Nusi. That's going to let Smashinator out of the pack. Again, Smashinator doing a great job here today. Earlier in the first half, taking a strong hit to the ribs off of turn 3. And then again, taking a strong hit courtesy of Rockin' Ronnie. That was definitely a big hit. We heard it from all the way over here, didn't we, Catman? Just like that. And, oh, it looks like Nucey's going to the penalty box for a back block. That's going to keep this a power jam for Smashinator. An all-about derby power jam for Smashinator. All right, 15 minutes left in this game. What's our current score, Catman?
174 Rocky, Gapland 111. 1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
And who's going to enjoy an all-about derby power jam at the beginning of this?
Houdini. 1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1-1.
It's enough of that.
1.
Yep.
1.
As I was saying earlier, we are happy to have our junior announcers here with us at the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships. We've had Catman announcing with us. We've had Hot Sauce. We've had Hammer Time from Tampa. I got to announce the stream with Sugar and Spice, which was an absolute delight. And we've had a number of juniors joining us on the stream and in the in-house call. So if you're interested in derby but don't necessarily want to be a ref, a skater, or an NSO,
just watch it.
Just watch it and talk about it. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're back.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my foot was stuck in my chair.
I'm not even going to ask how you brought that into being. I'm just going to let it slide. All right, Houdini jamming for Gapland. Going to enjoy an all-about derby power jam. Nucey still in the penalty box, but is standing for Rocky Mountain. And Gapland gets your lead jam. And Nucey, with some speed behind her, gets through the initial pass. Starts powering through the Gapland defense. Both jammers through at the same time. 4 points each. And right now it's just a race to who gets to the pack first. Both teams forming their walls. Excellent sweep out on the outside by Cream Bomb. Rockin' Ronnie still doing some work out there on the track. Both teams putting up some great 3- and 4-person walls, holding the jammers just past the jammer line. And Houdini calls it. Another 3 points for Gapland and another 3 for Rocky Mountain. All right, who do we have up there now?
We have Reign of Terror and Jawbreaker.
Just under 13 minutes left in this game. What do you think, Catman? Will we see an upset out of Gapland?
Only time can tell.
A wise answer. Because Rocky Mountain, the number 9 seed, Gapland, the number 10 seed. But as far as ranks as of July 1st, Gapland was ranked number 9. Rocky Mountain ranked number 16. We could be in for an upset, but Rocky Mountain is putting in a strong defense. You haven't had your coffee yet, have you?
I don't drink coffee.
Good. Coffee's the worst.
And plus, it's bad for your teeth.
All right, who do we have jamming out there for Rocky Mountain?
Poison Ivy and
That is Stow and Go, I believe.
plus.
Nope, that is Rowing Stow. Rolling Stow.
And plus, coffee can cause serious heart problems because of all the caffeine.
What? It's herbal tea.
Okay.
It's not coffee.
Just making sure.
All right, Rolling Stow. First time I'm seeing her out here on the jammer line. Gets your lead jam for Gapland. Both teams putting up strong walls, but Rocky Mountain pushing through just past turn 2. Excellent lateral movement by Gapland off of turn 2. Rocky Mountain fires through, gets through, but does not have lead, but is done with the initial pass. No points on that jam for either side. And who do we have jamming out here now for Rocky Mountain?
Jawbreaker.
And who do we have jamming for Gapland?
Reign of Terror.
Both teams at full strength with blockers. Rocky Mountain at the pivot line. Gapland being held by a strong 4-person wall off the jammer line. And Rocky Mountain gets your lead jam. Gapland sending a blocker to the penalty box. Rock and Ronnie going to the penalty box for Rocky Mountain. All right, 4 points on the board for Rocky Mountain. And calls it off before Gapland can put any on the board. Both teams down, one blocker. What's our current score, Catman?
Rocky Mountain 185, Gapland 118.
And how much time do we have left in this game?
9 minutes, 27 seconds.
All right, and who do we have jamming out there?
We have Shakespeare and Houdini.
Both teams putting up strong walls. Gapland blocker standing. Number 37, Sunny death position. Oh, tried to have an apex hop over. Gapland with your lead jam, courtesy of Houdini. Both jammers through the initial pass, though. Now it's just a race to the pack. And Rocky Mountain with a strong 3-person wall. Rock and Ronnie holding the front of that line. But Shakespeare goes to the penalty box. That's going to make this a power jam, all about Derby power jam for Houdini. Houdini putting 5 points on the board for Gapland. In just over 8 minutes, we'll be getting ready for the next game. Who's going to be playing that one, Catman?
Chick Whips and Crooked River. Sorry, that handwriting is not good.
Hey, that's Scott Chicken's handwriting. It's perfectly clear if you cross your eyes like this. See? Houdini with a 19-point jam.
Scratch.
Well, why do you think we call him Scott Chicken? Ah, Think about it.
She got chicken, rice, and chicken scratch.
Shakespeare through, putting 4 points on the board for Rocky Mountain. But that was an amazing jam, 22-point jam, courtesy of Houdini with Gapland. Again, we want to thank you for joining us here at the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships live from Loveland, Colorado. Brought to you by WFTDA.TV. I'm Tool Time. With me is
Catman.
And who do we have jamming, Catman?
We have Poison Ivy and Rolling Stone.
And who just got the lead jam?
Boop. Rolling Stone. Also, I have a question.
Hopefully I have an answer.
Some people are aging out. Do you think there will be some contract signing here?
There very well could be. A lot of these kids are aging out. I believe Rocky Mountain has at least 4 people aging out. And that's Acute MI, Mortalis, and Peaches and Scream. They'll be aging out, maybe even going on to the adult leagues. Do we have anyone from Gapland who's aging out?
Let's check. They have
Skidlet,
and Smashinator. They're aging out.
Well, if this is to be the last JRDA Championship for Smashinator, what a way to go out, having an amazing game today. Rowan Stowe almost gets taken, but calls it. 4 points on the board for Gapland.
But this isn't the end of her derby career. She might be able to sign a contract.
She very well could. And unless I'm not mathing correctly, I think there's only a 40-point difference between these two teams.
You're correct. Timeout by Rocky Mountain.
Just under 5 minutes left in the game. 40 points, it is doable. We have seen it before.
True, but in 4 minutes, that means you're going to have to score 10 points each minute.
You don't think one of the Gapland girls is up to it?
I mean, sure they might, but you have to score 10 in 1 minute.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think Houdini did a 23-point jams, and that was in 2 minutes, so that's 10 points per minute and an extra 3. I mathed.
Okay.
That's a fine-looking hat. I'm glad that it fits you. And for anyone from Jacksonville watching who knows this to be my hat, yes, the irony of the fact that my head is large enough to fit on a small child wearing a headset is not lost on me. Just going to put that out there and let the internet do what it do. All right, who do we have up here ready now that we're done with the timeout?
Okay, on the gym line we have Reign of Terror and Jawbreaker.
Good job, Catman.
Bing, bing, bing,
Jawbreaker finds a hole on the outside, gets your lead jam.
So that means Gapland is going to have to work fast if they want to get up by 40 points. So they're going to have to work hard. Bang, 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 bang. You okay? You okay? Okay.
I'm okay, Catman. Thanks for checking on me.
I'm okay. Bing, bang, 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 bang. Now they have to score 4 points and
42 points.
yeah, 42 points. Bang, 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 bang.
And who do we have jamming right now?
Houdini and Shakespeare.
Both teams putting up a strong wall. Gapland bridging the pack.
Ooh.
Both teams making each jammer work for it. Gapland doing some great work just past turn 1. Rocky Mountain is stretching them out further and further. The pack about to break. Meanwhile, there is no help for the Gapland jammer, Houdini, back there, going against a strong 4-person wall. All right, and Shakespeare gets your lead jam for Rocky Mountain. Gapland coming in to help out their jammer, Houdini. We have a possible cover pass.
We're covering the pass of the cover pass.
Shakespeare putting 5 on the board for Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain about to break the 200-point mark. Still expanding that gap between Gapland and Rocky Mountain score. Currently 47. And now 52. Both jammers through. Strong hit to Rocky Mountain's jammer. And we do have a cover pass. And that cover pass is off to Ginger Snap. Shakespeare being told to call it off by her bench.
Well, how did she not hear her say,
Well, when you're on the track, you have the announcers going, you have the skates going, and everything else going to mention the
but I would have
adrenaline
heard
running.
that.
Well, then you need to put some skates on, see how easy it is to hear your coach from across the track. Yeah. Accept that challenge.
I accept.
All right, who do we have jamming for Gapland on this one?
Rolling Stowe.
And who's going to be jamming for Rocky?
No.
Noosey.
Noosey. Then a Lucy, it's Noosey.
Oh, and Rolling Stowe gets the cut track. That's going to make this an all-about Derby power jam.
Now's Gapland's chance to get those extra points.
Gets the note from the coach to call it. They're going to start off the next one with the power jam. An all-about sports power jam.
But it's not a power jam, it's a power start.
I stand corrected.
Power start, power start, power start.
How about you power start the name of the jammer coming up?
Poison Ivy.
And who's she skating for?
Rocky Mountain.
There you go. All right, and just 17 minutes left in the game, but 1:55 on the jam clock. This could very well be the last jam. Rolling Stowe standing in the penalty box. Poison Ivy out there for Rocky Mountain. And Rolling Stowe is back in the game.
Ooh.
A lot of big hits by Gapland.
Big hit, little hit, big hit, little hit.
And we got a forearm called on Poison Ivy. That's good to make this all about Derby power jam.
For Rolling Stowe, now it's their turn for a power jam. And she
Rolling Stowe with your lead jam. The game is over, but we still have a minute left on the jam clock. Let's see what Rolling Stowe can do.
You have a minute to win it. Good luck. This is the roller derby version of Minute to Win It challenge.
Well, let's see if Rolling Stowe is up to the challenge. Doing a great job so far. We're putting 5 on the board for Gapland. Poison Ivy back in the pack, doing some work on the inside against Gapland. And she's through the initial pass. 20 seconds left in the jam. Gapland sending a blocker to the penalty box. Rocky
Penalty.
Mountain.
10, 9,
8,
7, 6,
6,
5, 4, 3,
2, 1. Unofficial final. 213 to 159, courtesy of Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain wins.
Unofficially, they win. We'll know more once the officials are done counting everything. But if you're a fan of Rocky Mountain Roller Derby, your kids did your players. Sorry, using the right terminology here. Your players did a great job out there today. At the half, they did start off with 12 penalties as opposed to Gapland's 21, so definitely kept a great, clean game. What do you have to say about it, Catman?
I think Rocky Mountain just won
That is the official final.
a 9th place.
I think you're right. Let us check. Yep, you're right. Rocky Mountain wins 9th place at the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado. Gapland will be going home with 10th place, but considering according to this, this is the very first performance we've seen at a JRDA performance game from either of these teams. 12 o'clock, we'll have Crooked River going up against the Chick Whips.
And sadly for Rocky Mountain, it will be the last for Kudamai, Mortalis, and Peaches and Scream. So this is the first and their last.
But what a way to go out. Speaking of what a way to go out, Gapland with Smashinator, who I've said has taken some massive hits on this game but has come through. This will be her first and last time here at Champs for JRDA, but could very well go into the adult leagues. Also, Skidlet is going to be calling it after this season. So, again, I'm Tool Time. With me is
Catman.
And we're coming to you from the Junior Roller Derby Championships here in Loveland, Colorado, brought to you by WFTDA. We're going to be taking a quick break before the next one comes up where we have Crooked River against the Chick Whips. But during the halftime, definitely be sure to let us know how we're doing at JRDA_rocks on our Twitter accounts and hashtag #TalkToJRDA. I'm Tool Time, and I'll be seeing you later. And Catman, we're out.
Peace.